Fucking Streamlabs. Now you should be able to hear me. Just really talking to myself there. I thought Streamlabs was supposed to be, user friendly and everything, but it's always disconnecting shit on me. Fucking annoying. All right, welcome. Hello, Tony. How are you doing today? Thank you for letting me know I was muted. Coming from a very gloomy, very cloudy, very gross New York City. But it's Friday, so that, no complaints here. So today, actually going to talk about, I think finally dive into this article that I'm writing, and I'm not going to write on stream, but we'll do some fun research and talk about this law a bit, and then I'm going to play Assassin's Creed again because I want to do some gaming. But so I'm writing for a paper for a platform economy class, so like gig and platform economies, Uber, Twitch, content creators. But throughout all the discourse of these issues, there's a hyper focus on Uber, on Seamless, on things like that. And I mean, I think part of the reason is that is the interaction that these like academics, policy makers, fucking New York Post, or not New York Post, New York Times columnists, op-ed writers, they're engaging with Uber. That's what they're seeing as the gig economy. Hi, are you anarchist? I like some anarchist ideas and tendencies, but I don't really give myself a specific label other than like leftist. I don't want to pinhole myself into one area when they all have. Okay. Hey, Pooh God. Some anarchists are cool if they're anarcho-communists. Not everyone's satanic. So yeah, so everyone kind of engages with Uber, with Seamless, DoorDash, whatever. So I decided to write my paper on Twitch streamers as, gig workers. And there's this discourse within the labor movement, not within actual workers, but the ivory tower. These are ivory tower type discussions between like academics, that and like labor organizers, but largely like nonprofit labor organizers, not like grassroots labor organizers. That settling for anything but employee status is a sellout. Yeah, sure. Type away, Pooh God. Accepting anything but employee status is a sellout, and they kind of argue that point based on what happened during Prop. Yeah, enlighten us. During Prop 22, where Uber took over the narrative. Oh, okay. All right. That Pooh God, you went a completely different way than I expected. And yes, Amazon should be fucking nationalized. If the real fucking 9/11, 1973, when fucking we cooed Allende, there we had a there was a fucking centralized central planning fucking algorithm that worked similar to way like Amazon and shit works. So yeah, fucking nationalize that shit. Yeah. But in the meantime, we got to work on within the system we fucking have to push buttons. Because you know nationalizing is not going to be a simple task. But so there's this academic discussion or like this labor organizer discussion that like people are sellouts if not taking employee status, and it was because during Prop 22 that's what Uber was kind of running on, that like there's a need for a different status that's not independent contractor, not employee, like uh we should be able to have different classifications. But obviously their reasoning behind it was nefarious, and it wasn't in the workers' interest. But if workers are okay with a different solution that's not employee, then that is a route that activists should explore. By the way, I don't think you would need to seize the Uber, for example, or topple capitalism to help fix the issue. Explain. You could have a government run alternative for the same work. Yeah, but government, like, sure, theoretically you can, but corporate lobbyists will never let that happen. That's why you have to get rid of them, or at least like pass laws that severely limit their power. You can't just make a competing government run platform. I mean, sure, but if we just said like we don't give a fuck, bye bye to them, and topple capitalism, as I also don't think without like seizing the technology that Uber has, buying it, whatever, or like that Amazon has, or some like just like big overhaul. And I fuck you, Streamlabs. You're such a piece of shit. Hold on, I'm very confused, Rick. One of your I could read on your screen or on my screen your long ass message, but it's not coming up anywhere else. Not even coming up in Twitch. That's really weird. I'm reading. I have to squint. Ah, I see. You're right. Because I was reading it, I was like, this sounds familiar. Thank you. Thank you. It's boomer moment. Appreciate it. Um, I forget what I was saying. Oh, I work for a fucking city government, and we're still running on shit from like 1987. The federal government, same. So without like having new fucking infrastructure, we're starting from scratch. Like, uh, there's got to be something to build off of, in my opinion. And taking, yeah, the West is in a bit of a pickle. Yeah, it's because we're a shithole hemisphere. Um, so that's why I respect authoritarian governments to some degree. I'm gonna disagree with you there. Nice. They have the potential to do some stuff that's impossible anywhere else. All right, we got a Leo Straussian in the room here, like a benevolent. You want a benevolent dictator? Leo Strauss is a uh, University of Chicago political scientist that uh, kind of believed what you were, uh, getting at here. That they have the potential to do stuff and get stuff done, and you respect that they have consolidated power to uh, you know enforce their rule of law, things like that, but doing it in a benevolent way. Um, Leo Strauss on tyranny. That's where you'll from. In theory, it sounds great, but I don't think that it would uh ever happen. Yeah, I they're not benevolent. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into China because I honestly don't know. I that's like one of my weak spots in my like historical and political backgrounds. Generally know about China and things, but uh, definitely a weak point of mine. Oh, I do think. I mean, we are also committing genocide. But I do think some of their infrastructure projects are incredible. I mean, they have a train system that actually works. Want to see a funny video? Not particularly Death Crunch, because I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna send me. I don't know you, bro. I'm not clicking random links. Um. All right, back to what I was talking about. So Australia has this. Oh, so the discourse. People not. The discourse that settling for anything but employee is being a sellout. But in reality, there are various different ways to uh, there's various different ways to organize workers that gives them rights that they need. And employee may not be the way to get there, especially right now, with so much pushback. Um, and I personally think leaving, or for a Twitch streamer, you want some independence. Just like journalists that had issue with AB5, that they were marked as employees, um, you know, kind of limits you. Um, if Twitch were, part of the issue with Twitch's contracts, is the exclusivity that you can only stream on Twitch. Uh, so making a streamer an employee of Twitch just runs into that same problem because you're locked in. You're not going to be able to go elsewhere. So Twitch, using Twitch streamers as an example, employee may not be the best option. But obviously, independent contractor, the way it's structured, is not working, especially for the bulk of Twitch streamers, affiliates, and low level partners. It's different for your big names, and that also puts runs you into other uh, labor and antitrust issues. But what I was going to look into today, because the kind of like thesis of my article, um, or the reason that I'm writing this article is there isn't enough differentiation amongst gig workers or like types of gig jobs. And everyone just keeps everyone I by everyone I mean people thinking about this issue. Um, are really only analyzing the Uber business model or like the Seamless, DoorDash, whatever business model, which are all pretty similar to an extent. And now, Uber buying up different delivery services, just adding to the uh, size of that platform. So I want to bring this other business uh, structure into the discourse, into what's going on. Um, no, not in America, and I'll tell you why. So part of a given that will be in my article, because it'll be written for a little bit more of a technical audience, uh, is this case called FTC v. Trial Lawyers. And I have talked about this before on the stream. Oh, this actually might be a good article to read. Okay. So, FTC, Federal Trade Commission, regulates antitrust laws. So they have a consumer protection element, and like a price fixing element, and sometimes those overlap. In the 1970s, as a product of the conservative legal movement, and actually, inarguably, the more I think about it, um, one of the early successes of the conservative labor movement or conservative legal movement, one of the very early successes, um, and it's spearheaded by Robert Bork, who has been writing. He comes out of the Chicago school, so it's Chicago Law and Economics school of thought, um, which is where we get uh, what's his name? Friedman, Mitchell Friedman. Is that it? Friedian economics, whatever. Fucking white guy with a F first name, economics. That came out of the Chicago school. Uh, that that's where we get the idea of shareholder value being the uh, the goal of a corporation. Um, so he in the 1970s is writing these academic papers and pushing um, on these antitrust issues, largely that kind of one of the ideas that comes out of it is that price fixing is fine by a firm or like a large corporation, so long or mergers are fine, they are not monopolistic so long as the consumer, prices go down to the consumer, the cost to the consumer is lowered, then you're not running afoul of monopoly laws and antitrust. So Robert Bork is then the solicitor general later, and I believe the solicitor general in this case, not that he is arguing the case, but uh, is writing amicus briefs, and uh, the court is looking, will look to the solicitor general's opinion uh, on the issue. So, Federal Trade Commission sues these lawyers in D.C. And what these lawyers were trying to do, or what they did, was they boycotted work. They were lawyers that were hired by the uh, District of Columbia to represent indigent defendants, and they were getting paid shit, so they boycott. And it's determined that they run afoul of antitrust laws, and despite the First Amendment consideration of a boycott and or free speech. So conservatives who continually talk about how our free speech rights are being eliminated, blah blah blah. They're continuing to, or historically, have chipped away at free speech rights, and so what the court determines is that this is a matter of horizontal price fixing, because all of these attorneys are independent contractors, so they're all businesses separate and apart from each other, who contract their services to the District of Columbia. So they're all businesses, and this is an instance. This boycott is an instance of a group of businesses collectively coming together and saying that they are going to restrain trade. So the court says, "No, we can't have, even though this is clearly a labor boycott, and it's clearly within the First Amendment rights, this will hurt the market because this is a restraint of trade. So we can't allow this." And this is even after the Superior Court had given way to the demands and had raised the price, and we're fine with this. There was really no repercussions from it. Business was able to go on. The Supreme Court says, no, this is an instance of the restraint of trade. You're price fixing, because it was all of them collectively coming together to set a price and give that price to the District of Columbia. So the court says, nah, we don't want workers working together. Fuck that. Okay, so that happens. At the same time, franchisees or franchises, as we know them today, fucking McDonald's, Burger King, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever, are becoming popularized. And they're first coming popularized through a distributor model of franchising. So one of the cases that is a very important case that allows for vertical price fixing, or vertical restraints. So the example in FTC versus Superior Trial Lawyers is an example of horizontal coordination, horizontal restraints. That's not allowed. So going outside the firm or businesses coordinating together, that's not allowed. So, for example, well, I'll wait for the example. So horizontal, not allowed. Vertical is. And in this case, Sylvania, the fucking TVs in the 60s or late 60s, early 70s, the Supreme Court rules that vertical restraints, vertical coordination, vertical price fixing is fine because it is more efficient to the customer uh, when a firm is allocating resources efficiently. So, we will allow this big firm to set the prices. And beyond that, like terms of employment, or well, it's not employment, but contract terms that may not be favorable. So from that, we have Uber, who, Uber drivers would not be allowed under this uh, understanding of the law. Uber drivers would not be allowed to come together and say to Uber, we're not going to drive for you unless you raise the proportion, the portion that we take home from 20% to 30%. FTC would step in and say, nope, you are violating antitrust laws. You are restraining trade or you're price fixing. Because you're independent contractors setting the price, or working together to set the price. But Uber price fixes because Uber is saying to all, say 100,000 workers that they have, that this is what we're going to give you. So the argument being, like, it's kind of absurd that if those Uber drivers that are asking for a 30% cut instead of 20%, if they had simply just, one of them says, okay, I'm going to start Goober and you're all going to work for me and we're going to do 30%, that's fine. It's a new firm and there's vertical restraints now because there's a hierarchy. So we're privileging now hierarchical organization of the economy by saying that, as fucking Pooh God was saying earlier, that, a one person that is making the decisions, it can just like get things done. That's how I'm a goofy goober. That's how we're visualizing the economy. I don't know. I lost my words there. Whatever. So now we apply that to Twitch. We look at Twitch. Twitch hires independent contractors. You become an affiliate. You're an independent contractor using Twitch as a way to provide your service. You're a partner, you get a different contract, but you still have a contract, and you're an independent contractor providing your service, or providing your service through Twitch's platform. So Twitch, in their vertical business hierarchy, decides that all affiliates get 50% of a $5 sub, and all partners get 60% of a $5 sub. Then we respectively take the 50 and the 40%. Perfectly fine. But even two streamers that get together and send like a fucking email to Twitch and say, we're not going to stream unless you give us 70% of the cut of that $5 sub. It's price fixing. It's horizontal coordination. It's coordination outside my firm. My firm is just myself or anyone that I may hire to do work for me. Do I have examples of what? Oh, I'm not saying any of this will work. What I'm saying is, under American law, if Uber drivers or if Twitch streamers were to boycott and then ask for a raise, essentially, that's illegal under American antitrust law. But Twitch on its own or Uber on its own could set prices for all of the independent contractors it contracts with, like thus limiting competition because you can't compete within the firm. So, you can't have an Uber driver that's that'll drive you from Times Square to JFK for $50 and then one that will drive you at 40, and then you get to decide within the firm or within Uber which Uber driver you take. Uber could set it like that. They don't. They just set prices carte blanche to everyone, and that's perfectly legal. But again, if me and one other streamer, in the Twitch analogy, me and one other streamer say we're not going to stream for a week until you give us 70%. I mean, it's only illegal in like so far as like Twitch wants to report it to the FTC or the FTC got a wind of it. Like, I'm sure in actuality of like me and one other streamer, a 4-view Andy and a 10-view Andy, we get affiliate and we say we want the 60% that partners are getting, even though we're affiliate. I'm sure Twitch would just ignore the email. I guess if it ever became a real, yeah, exactly. It's if it became a real threat to them, that they would, of course, report it to the FTC. But like I said, in reality, 2 5-viewer Andys send a fucking email that they're boycotting till they get 60% instead of 50%. This is gonna stay unread in the fucking whoever's inbox. But Pokimane and XQC, yeah, or Hassan. So the three of them say it. They act collectively and say we're not going to stream for 2 weeks unless you give us 90% of the sub money. Then there's an issue. If one did it, then it's fine. Because it's not coordination with another business. So then it's just him trying to negotiate a contract. And then in Twitch, because they're allowed to have this vertical coordination, could change his rate. But it's 2 or more would be when you run into issues. Speaking of 4-viewer Andys and making affiliate, Pugad, appreciate the follow. If you could throw one my way. We got 6 more to there you go. Thank you, Pugad. Now, Pugad, is your name Pugad because you poo a lot? That's what I want to know. Notice I asked the question after I get the follow. So that's American law, like as it stands with. Yeah, I have IBS, so I've learned through the years of meditation how to control my bowels with diet. That's why I'm the poo god. That's fucking awesome. I love that. That's fantastic. I'm sorry that you suffer from IBS. My partner does at times as well. It's not great. Okay, so that's American antitrust law as it would relate to to labor organizing. What's interesting is And this is the part that I don't have fully fleshed out, and I don't have all the answers to or thoughts on. When Americans talk about the independent contractor issue and they highlight Uber, Uber is an international international company, but the services that they are providing are being provided and paid for in individual countries. So like an Uber driver in America is driving a person in America. You know, the an American Uber driver is not like just in fact is in America driving in America with someone that is in America. Okay? With Twitch it's a little bit different. You have people streaming from all different countries around the world, but I'm not streaming just to Americans. Anyone could come through that's goes to twitch.tv/cut the mic. You know, anyone in the world could come view the channel, could sub to me. So my business is interacting with these other streamers, and there's just other streamers around the world that are having interactions with people around the world. Okay, so that brings me to Australia. So Australia has a small business exemption to their antitrust law. So a lot of Anglo countries, um, Anglo countries have modeled their antitrust and anti-monopoly laws on American antitrust and monopoly laws. So Australia naturally has. But Australia, since maybe the 90s, has had an exemption system to this, uh, you know, this issue that they're bringing up now with American American independent contractors and antitrust. So Australia had some weird like uh exemption system where you could apply for the exemption, and it was like on a case by case basis. It still was largely for small businesses, but like you had to apply for it. In the past year or two, I believe, maybe 3 years now, they've passed a law that gives a carte blanche exemption to all small businesses. And oh, one, why can't I fucking find it? Ah, all right. Let's look at it. Oh, I'm sorry. It is this summer it passed. This. You know what, Streamlabs? You really piss me off sometimes. Pulling up shit that's not even open. I fucking hate Streamlabs. There we go. All right. Good thing. No personal information given out. All right. So June 3rd, this law passed. And it allows for small businesses, franchisees, and fuel retailers to use a class exemption to collectively negotiate or bargain without breaching competition law. Australian competition law prohibits competitors from acting in a coordinated way in negotiation processes unless those businesses hold an approval from the ACC through authorization or notification. So that was the old law. You could coordinate with competitors. So technically another Twitch streamer would be my competitor if you got approval from the Australian government. Now, just having a full class exemption where all small businesses or independent contractors with an aggregate turnover of less than 10 million in the preceding financial year to form or join a collective bargaining group to negotiate with suppliers or customers. So the in aggregate turnover is something that stumps me here and poses an issue. Because you have to, your group that's bargaining here has to be under 10 million. And I don't know if that would be just those coming to the table or if that's the whole, like, if this was Australian Twitch, that's if, only 10 Australian Twitch streamers are collectively bargaining. And the purpose of this would be to not benefit them 10 themselves, but the larger Twitch world. If the government would capture that 10 million as the whole like Australian Twitch, and then therefore it might go over the 10 million, or if it would just be like the 10 streamers negotiating. So theoretically, a group of streamers from Australia, as long as they're under $10 million, and my guess, despite what their contracts say, because their contracts may say that they expressly can't do that, but in the Western world, in like Anglo legal tradition, like public policy and laws trump private contracts provisions. So that probably would not be an issue. The issue is somewhere down here where it says, Twitch doesn't have to sit at the table with you. We'll allow you to do this. We are the Australian equivalent of the FTC. We'll allow you to come together and bargain, and we won't say anything. But we are not going to force Twitch to come to the table and listen to you, as in if we come back to America, like as the NLRA or the NLRB enforcing it would require that the company engage with the collective unit. And so, part of the point being, and part of the reason writing this paper, this is something that can happen right now. Australian Twitch streamers Australian Twitch streamers, if you are out there, you have the ability, in theory, and like, this is not legal advice by any means. So speak to an actual lawyer. But there may be a possibility that, you know, you can organize together without running afoul of your Twitch contract or Australian. All the Western world is a police state. But what I'm saying is, for Twitch streamers that are trying to organize and get a better position for themselves, Australia currently has a law that passed June 3rd that allows them to collectively bargain without running afoul of anti-competition laws. May run into other areas of labor law that and contract law that may prohibit them, but at least this, Australia has cleared this particular hurdle that is a hurdle in most of the Western world that has, at least the Anglo-Saxon or the Anglo legal tradition that has mirrored American antitrust law. Again, like what the outcome may be. What the outcome may be may not be the Twitch may not even sit down at the table with you, but in theory, it's something that it's a leverage point that could be used along with others to, at least in one sector of the gig economy, begin to build power and push back. And what's funny, and this would be another paper, it wouldn't fit in the scope of this article. Arguably, under the current antitrust laws, the Twitch Do Better or Day Off Twitch boycott is a violation of antitrust. So it's not price fixing, but it's a restraint of trade, requesting something of that corporation. And it wouldn't. It would be on part of the FTC to raise a flag there, and so that's just an agency prosecution discretion at that point, and I doubt that, based on what the Day Off Twitch boycott was about, targeted hate raids and harassment, I doubt the FTC would prosecute that boycott. But clearly, under the law and the way that we've structured antitrust law, that shouldn't fly. But again, don't think it'd be within the FTC's, like, I don't think Biden's FTC would be going after something like that. I also do not think that they care about Twitch streamers, so they have no political motive to go after them. Whereas in FTC trial lawyers, versus trial lawyers, there's obviously a political motive, and lawyers love trying out shit on other lawyers, and like the lawyers that were trying out this idea that horizontal coordination was bad are Republican lawyers. It was the conservative legal movement. that was spearheading this. So they obviously decide to go after a particular group of attorneys that are almost like class traders in the sense because they're representing indigent defendants, very poor defendants. So they're not representing corporations like the conservative legal movement would prefer. So they are like less than lawyers and are easily targeted. So I again don't think the FTC would go after the day off Twitch boycott, and there's no reason Twitch would go after those boycotters because it would just look bad on them. And I think in that area like of PR, Twitch is good, and that's why they responded to the boycott in a sense. Were already everything that they did, statements wise, and the like what the processes that they are working on to combat the hate raids were all things that they were going to do to begin with, regardless of a boycott, just because like historically they have sued other bot accounts that have in this case it was in like 2016 or 18, where there's just massive bot accounts following different accounts. That had nothing to do with hate, obviously. On its face, at least it didn't. And they argued that that hurt their business. So obviously they're going to take the side of the people working for them and like their company's PR and go after the hate raiders rather than the people that boycotted working because they were targeted of harassers. And also there you run into the issue that it was like 100 viewer Andes and like 5 viewer Andes that were taking the day off plus Hassan. And like Hassan would be the only one that would have an impact on them, and one day without Hassan wasn't going to impact them. He took a week off maybe. But that's just another thing to kind of consider, and it's interesting in light of this discussion. Think about how that boycott fits in. Oh, I'm a big Hassan Abi fan. I don't think he's a fake at all. That's a subject for another day. I'm about a year watching him, but I pretty much watch every day. That's all right. Let him be an LA bimbo. Himbo. Yeah, I think he always was. People were just trying to make him more than he was. Trying to think about anything more to say. I think I kind of organized my thoughts on it. I just have to fucking write this tomorrow morning. Yeah, and I think any Aussies in the chat, talk to your friends, talk to a lawyer, see if there's some way you could build power under this law, uh, as a way to chip away, provide some leverage against Twitch. Because it definitely could be a point of leverage, and I think that's what we've been left with is finding these points of leverage. Um, and I guess my contention with a lot of leftists is looking for a miracle cure. That's what maybe we could look this up. Do you have any? I do sleep in those hours, so maybe it's not true. I know there's a decent amount of them. I do for the purpose of this article. I should know the percentage of the pie. So Pooh God, if you've got any like places that you typically look for Twitch stats and stuff. Let me know. Go by intuition. Ugh. Yeah, obviously the US. Regional distribution of desktop traffic to Twitch TV. Okay. I don't want to. I'm not either, but this is like one that I should know. I usually go on my intuition as well. I will give someone my intuitive belief, and if they have stats to prove me wrong, then I'm wrong. They did the work for me, yeah. God damn it, is Better Twitch TV not working on here? PicW should fucking work. Well, I fucking hate Streamlabs. Fucking piece. Hope you're listening to me, Streamlabs. None of that is countries. Country. Where is politics has like no viewers? I forgot. Twitch streamer. Wow. Wow. Active channels went from like 330,000 in 2012 to 9 million. I know compared to like number of active YouTube channels, that's fucking minuscule. But oh, this is a really good site. Huh, interesting. YouTube gaming dropped off. Quarter 3 is gonna shoot up a bit. Dr. Lupo and Tim the Tap Man. Ooh, this is good. Advertising revenue. Wow. In 3 years, it grew over half a billion dollars. YouTube gaming could be huge if they fix their live chat. I think they are. So that I talked about this a couple weeks ago when Tim and Dr. Lupo were going over because I think it's important for the yeah, exactly. Their video player is leaps and bounds better. I'm actually dual streaming on there. And it's just like fucking so much crisper. I fucking see my channel. Yeah, 1,000%. Huge advantages. And I watched yesterday. Yeah, come back exactly and catch up. I was watching Him the Tatman had a video where he was talking about what he thought the benefits of YouTube gaming were, and it was all like that, the technical stuff and then the discoverability. And this is something I completely agree with him on. Is that there's so he kept saying that Twitch is a pond and YouTube's an ocean, and that's so true. Yeah, big money contract was one of them for sure. But the reason like that big money contract, just getting offered the money up front, and then if fucking YouTube were to go the way of Mixer, which it will never do, because YouTube is an ocean, you know, he went over there and he didn't lose any fucking viewers. And arguably you're gonna get more because that algorithm is leaps and bounds better than Twitch's. Yeah. Yeah, and that's interesting that Facebook took the small streamers first, whereas like YouTube's model, and Asmon Gold actually had a. I'm not a like I don't really know much about him, but this take he had on it was, I think, very accurate. Um, that YouTube is trying to take some of these big name like uh household name streamers over, so then it makes it uh there's more opportunities if the smaller streamers go over, because like they're already creating this ecosystem within YouTube in which there's a big viewership. Well, so yeah, so their chat. No, you're right. They need to fix that. They did, or they are starting to, and they have done a few things even since Dr. Lupo and Tim the Tatman have gone over. Just like, I, uh, they allowed Franker TV. All right, all right. I'm finally home with my Chinese food. Now I fucking want Chinese food. Um, they have they've started allowing the Franker TV emotes. Um, and honestly, fixing your chat I think is a lot easier than Twitch having to fix its video player. And YouTube just offers a better cut, um, because the way you're usually getting more donations than subscriptions. So the streamer gets more of the donation cut than they do. YouTube also makes your VOD actually useful. Yeah, super chats are 60. I don't. What's a super chat? And I think the join channel thing is like 70. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it's there for fucking ever. Yeah, even I'm looking at the two of them now, Twitch versus YouTube. Fucking YouTube is so much crisper. Just fucking crispy. Yo, Pogod, you gotta change your color in the chat. I can't see you on the screen. Dennis was saying that I should just move to YouTube because my stream titles would work better as YouTube videos. Yeah. Let's see how to do it. I think you just go to chat, the little settings thing. You should be able to change the color. This was streaming on YouTube the other night with a 15K bitrate. Yeah. I I had to Smokey, I had to yesterday when I was streaming Assassin's Creed. Um, I was trying to do it at 1080 and I shouldn't have. I should have been putting it at 720. But even at 720, I had to drop my bitrate down because my target bitrate on Streamlabs was higher than what Twitch would allow me. So then it was like making it unstable. So it was making the fucking little like glitches that Assassin's Creed. Yeah, now you're good. Thank you, Pooh God. Um, the Assassin's Creed was just like all, yeah. So it was saying it was unstable and it was all fucking glitchy. So I had to lower it. and now we're under 6. We're at 57. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. I mean, you should just dual stream for right now. Like, you know, try to build up an audience both places. It's pretty simple. Look at my analytics on my YouTube. Oh, look at that. 3 playbacks, no concurrent viewers. I also don't like advertise that I'm streaming from YouTube. My internet's not the problem to stream at 1080. Super chats are limited to $500 a day and $200 a week, and it's a 7:30 cut. That's very interesting. Thank you, Pooh God. That's good to know. I could go back to the video and I'll remember that. My PC isn't exactly going to be hardware. Yeah, no, I know. Mine's the hardware limited, and you know my internet's good enough that it should be fine. Why would they limit customer spending? Is it a legal thing? I don't know if it's customer spending that they're trying to limit. I mean, in effect, that's what it's doing. But I wonder if it's somehow an employment thing that I'm not aware of, or you know, a labor issue that I'm not aware of, or don't know enough about. I'm definitely gonna look into it because that's interesting that they cap it. It may just be another way of them limiting entry, kind of like Twitch has affiliate and then partner, and like you have to, you know, work your way up to the next level. Could very well be that, and a lot of those things are, um, one ways in which these companies extract free labor because you know on YouTube you're streaming and ads are getting run even if you the streamer are limited to this 2K a week. uh YouTube is still, you know, if people are still watching your channel, YouTube is deriving ad revenue from it. So they're, you know, they're still making money while you aren't. In most of their a majority, and you know, off my intuition, Pooh God, I'm gonna say 90% of their revenue, and that's probably closer to like 60 or 70% of their revenue is from ads. It may even be 90, but the majority of their revenue is from ads and not from the cut that they're taking from subscriptions. I mean, look right here, Twitch's ad revenue for 2020 is 750 million. Oh, so we were looking for, which is weird because YouTube is more lax than Twitch with their TO. Yeah. We were looking for the percentage of, or the like the number of. Oh, Smokey, you may be able to help me with this. You're a numbers guy. And then I'm gonna take a pee, and then I'll be back. But I'm trying to find out either the number of Twitch streamer, or like active Twitch channels, Twitch streamer channels in Australia, or the percentage of overall streamers that come from Australia. Something along those lines. I want to know what portion of the pie Australian streamers have. Oh God, why? You could find it. Look for it while I go pee. Oh, do I not have a BRB? I got rid of my BRB scene. Oh, I don't have. That's lame. All right, I'll be right back.
clawed her way in through the driver's door. He says, I don't understand why she's doing that. Well, I think it's because it was the only door that wasn't locked that she could get through. She's trying to get in over him. He's trying to disengage from her. I guess he hung her backpack on the back, probably so she would have her shit, so that he didn't have to engage with her. Everything she's saying is the same thing. I haven't heard what he said, but if that's what he said, it's also what the witness is saying. The witness says, I never saw him hit her. I saw him shove her, but I couldn't tell if it was an aggression against her or a defense against her, as far as her, being the aggressor. So at this point, unless the guy's screaming that he needs to go to jail and did something to this girl, it sounds to me like she is the primary aggressor.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with her being the primary aggressor is in incidents of domestic assault, be it a male or be it a female, we shall arrest. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they have to go to jail. We can do a citation if it meets one of three criterion, which one of them is that we can ensure that they're not going to further risk each other's safety. But the problem with that is they live in the same vehicle.
Cap. I know you guys are saying like
he's got Chinese food too. I don't know when he's moving into his mansion. It's not a mansion. Anne is living with him. His brother will be there. Dad. All right, Smokey, any update on those stats? That's how big the lot is. 500k square feet. No, come on. It's okay to admit it's a mansion. No, see, what I consider a mansion is like... I'll show you what I consider mansions. Like, this is the size of Hassan's house. Okay, 300 something square feet. When I'm talking mansion, no, I don't want to save the search. I just want to do the search. What the fuck was that? Zillow, what's going on? Still didn't give me what I wanted to do. Oh. Max. Any price. Okay. This, my friend, is a mansion. And this is the, the issue that we've had across the country and what helped. No, an estate has multiple houses on it. An estate will have multiple houses on it. A mansion is just one singular house. Bunch of articles from last year regarding they wanted to expand there. Interesting. Look, this has got like a fucking butler kitchen. That's a mansion. He's got a single family home that just happens to be big. Yeah, exactly. Multiple houses require, or multiple, multiple houses on the lot require a lot of property, a lot of space. This is a nice fucking house, 18 million. Like, this is what people are like trying to say Hassan moved into. He moved into a big house and it's like a nice house, but it's not a fucking McMansion. Making me depressed. House will never ever be able to get pre-qualified. People won't believe me, but I wouldn't want to live in this house you're looking at. I wouldn't either. It's too big. It's kind of gross. But what I'm really jealous of is the kitchen. That's like the one thing that I would want from one of these houses is a kitchen like this. 2 ovens, probably like a wolf, 3 ovens, bake in this one. I would want a flat with a nice kitchen. Yeah, no, you never need that much space. This is an absurd amount of space. But you give me a kitchen this big? Sure, hell yeah. Love that. You could just give me this kitchen in a bedroom. You know? Be fantastic. This is the flex. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's you're flexing when you got 2 this could be cozy. Just because it's big doesn't mean that it's not going to be cozy. Look, you could sit over here. Who knows how far this goes? This looks like a little nook area. I love four ovens. And these are the gas ones for cooking, and then like these are probably electric convection for baking. One may even be like a fucking convection toaster oven, which would be dope. Well, the funny part is, yeah, it's probably for dinner parties, but like the funny part is like whoever owns this is probably like maybe used one of those ovens once. There'd be a fish oven. That'd be dope. Okay, stop looking at the big house. All right, I guess I will do some more digging for Australian stuff, see if I find anything. Cooking multiple things simultaneously that need different temperatures. I mean, yeah. Like you can cook a whole fucking Thanksgiving meal in one shot. That'd be pretty dope. I need to work on my lighting. Oh, Smokey. This is my new microphone mount. I agree. It's not unpopular here. Don't care about the turkey. I just want the mashed potatoes and stuffing. Those are like the 2 things I want, and it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving for that. So, Smokey, the U mount came in, but even after, yeah, turkey's the most overrated. Even after they like this company bought a Yeti X and like did it to spec or whatever, there was huge gaps between uh because like these screws on the side don't go like all the way flush in because normally they have the other stand in between them. So this wasn't close enough, but I found some like black foam that I had that actually works nice and protects it a bit. But so, that other than that issue which I was able to fix, I've liked it so far. I'm just very finicky with my microphone. I fucking move it around constantly. Factor of safety. I figured it was definitely, so they're not scratching it up and you could fit it in, but it was like substantial. Yeah. Good like eighth of an inch. And to me that was just too big. All right. So they pull back on the fit to make sure it always clears, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm glad that it was big rather than small. I don't want to scratch up my microphone and, this phone like construction foam, not construction like craft foam. Uh fit in perfect. It was fine. And another added layer of protection. So okay. Would have built one to fit perfectly. I prefer designing pieces to fit seamlessly together. I mean, yeah, of course. Don't want my thing scratched though, so I do appreciate that. All right, Smokey, I got a question for you. I can't change my output, correct, while I'm streaming? Or my yeah, no, I can't. Fuck. My prototype was built with all the mounts having 0.0 clearance. So if I wanted to play Assassin's Creed, I would have to stop the stream and start the stream up again. Because I can't run it at 1080. So fucking annoying. I fucking hate Streamlabs. I wish yeah. I wish that I was more technically savvy and could use OBS better, regular OBS instead of Streamlabs. Do I play YouTube has plenty of tutorials. I mean, yeah, it's more like do I have the time to sit through those tutorials? All right. I guess I will play a baby game. All right, I'm going to play Mario Sunshine. I think that's what it's going to come down to. I think that's what I have the Switch already. We're still going to stream from politics. I'm not switching to Super Mario Sunshine. We're just going to like fucking go right into it. Should have signal. Aha. Boom. We're in. Do I have a dead? Yep. Dead control. Ready to start. No. Ready to start system update. System update will not take long. Update now. Oh. I'm stuck in the fucking middle of this. One fucking thing. Level troubled me as a child as well. Get up, Mario. Oh no. 2 more fucking coins and I can't get them. And Smokey has abandoned me and he's my expert on these things. Come on, grab that fucking thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Mario. Okay. Alright. Alright. Don't fuck this up, Mike. Thank you, Tony. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for stopping by. Best wishes to you and your family. Oh, to paint you a picture of the state of my work on Friday. Alright, hold on. Let me focus on figuring out how to get across. Fucking wasted effort. You're right. I don't have it hooked up. This one? Getting it now? I forgot it's not coming out of my computer speakers. Indeed. Alright. Tell me how to get these last 2 fucking red coins. Hold on. One of them is just off screen. Like right above where it says Mario. I don't know where the second one is. Ah, that's what I wanted. You see it on the underside of the little like hill thing there. Imagine if I could get that fucking blue coin. Oh, bad. Oh no, get fucked back up. Whew. Almost had a rage quit. Oh, when did I get the other one? So I guess I only have that one. Thought I was gonna be able to hang on that. Patience, patience, patience. Yeah, I see where I went wrong and didn't go underneath. Oh my god, that is so angering. What a glitch. It was where the, yeah. No, I saw it and I see that to go underneath to get it. There's no way to, oh, I got it after. I see what you're saying. Gotcha. That was that 7 number. That makes sense now. I thought there was a way to shoot down those Koopas. Ah. I see. What I need to do. Down. Then. Now what do I do? How do I kick them? X? Y? Y. Having like PTSD of being a child, not being able to fucking complete these. Not gonna make it. Alright, what button do I hit to kick them while I'm hanging underneath? Things I need to know, Smokey. Okay, so again, button. The fact that I did it earlier means nothing. You know me well enough to know I'm a button masher. Oh. D. Okay. Okay. See, I get it. I'm just, you know, a little slow. Got it. Fuck. 2 days to complete this fucking thing. Also, I could get Yoshi. Yeah. Ha! I think I still need one more before I can get Yoshi, though. Ping. Yeah. You had said last time it was level 4 at Pinna Park, or episode 4. That's what we're on, baby. Shadow Mario shows up. Wilted sunflower. Those look like Yoshi eggs to me. Damn it, I was trying to ground pound you. They're definitely not Yoshi eggs? Alright. Wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, that makes it easier. I can only spraying the sunflowers, isn't it? Yeah. Come to discover that as well. Did I kill all those dudes? Yeah. There's something under here that I need. Oh. How do I kill these dudes? I assume that is. Oh. Nice. God damn it. I'm really bad at that jump. Cannon mold. Oh, gotcha. Funny fucker. Funny fucking turtle. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. No, that's not how you want to hose down. Yo, I'm hosing it down, homie. Wasting water over here. What the fuck? Nice. Get fucked. Now give me Yoshi. Yoshi, baby. Yahoo! That's a Yoshi egg. Go get Yoshi. I like that I'm still playing, or that I'm still streaming in politics, yet playing Mario. But you know what? Mario is a comrade. Man's a laborer. He's a plumber. He's also an Italian. He may be from the Italian anarchist tradition. Get over here, you motherfucker. He's a trade worker too. Yeah, exactly. Where'd this fucker go? Lost him. Goopy Mario. Known malware link. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Fossabot. Smokey, if you're around and you just want to fucking ban that person, go ahead. I look down to eat a dumpling and a bot does something for me. It only warned him though. You're within your rights to just ban him for a malware link. Where the fuck did Goopy Mario go? I think I've banned more people on this channel than I have followers. He only runs a small loop. Oh, so will he be back in the same spot? Oh, I see him. He's up on this building. Like, what am I supposed to do to him? If I could fucking find him again. Spray him? I had been spraying him. You just gotta continue to spray him. Darn! I was about to ride that Yoshi too. Gotta get a banana. Awesome. There's over here. Wants nanner. I thought there was a nanner over here. And I know they're Mario. Yoshi wants a nanner, gets a fucking nanner, you know? Nice. How do I ride him? Aha. You befriended Yoshi. Make him eat with Y. Alright. Oh. Why? Doesn't it change color too based on what it's eating? Yeah. Oh, and he can spray juice. I forgot about that. Oh, god damn it. I was just playing with the Xbox controller yesterday. That's why. Spraying juice at people. Oh, I could go get that other shit now, right? That, well, first of all, can Yoshi... Oh, that. Boom. All. I bought the Xbox Elite controller too for my PSC. for my PC ended up paying only 70. I have the core, not the elite. The new ones are like all the new ones are pretty nice though. And there it's oh. God. How do I get in there with Yoshi? Isn't there another one over here that you need Yoshi? Neither of those use Yoshi. Okay. Which one's the one that uses Yoshi? Did I kill Yoshi? Look for gelatinous orange goo. I forget where Yoshi respawned. Noise he makes. God damn it. Fucking wrong button again. I know there's some other goo. Or can be dissolved by Yoshi goo. Okay. Oh, I see. Alright. Smokey, you still there? Yeah. Alright. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm hungry. Streaming for about 2 hours. And I know Smokey is gonna be streaming soon as well. So, I'm gonna call it a night for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Please stick around because I remembered this time that I'm going to raid someone. So we're going to find someone to raid. I only have 3 viewers and they may not be real, but we're going to find someone. Who's on? No one I follow. Okay. Really hoping Dan Simpson would be on. He is not. Huh. Other people on here. Let us see. Let us see. Hey. Alright, I don't really see any lefties on here. And I don't want to raid into anyone, so we're not going to raid tonight. Fuck it. Alright. I've been Cut the Mic. Thank you all for following. If you are a real person and you are around right now, still in the chat, please go head over to Smokey the Bear's channel in a few when he starts up, because he will be playing Deathloop, I believe. So, go check him out over there. Yeah, that's all I got for tonight. Thank you for stopping by.